So the wheel is off and the hub is off. It's very, very simple on these. I'll just quickly explain it to you and show you how it's done. So if you've got to do your rear bearings, you can do them yourself. So very easy task on these for the rear wheel bearings. Absolutely brilliant. I love it when it's easy. So there's normally a hub. This is the stub axle here. There's normally a hub on there, which is currently up there. That is normally pushed onto here, onto this stub axle, and then holding it on is a washer there and a nut there, which you would use a chisel to keep it in place and just bend the nut into that little recess there. So all it is take the handbrake off. Well, release the handbrake, don't take the handbrake off. You haven't got to mess with the shoes. This has had new drums on it, as you can see at some point, probably for the last MOT. Take the drum off, which is held on with these two little nuts there, that one and that one, which is just screwed into the hub via them two holes there. That piece will be on there, and it just comes off once them are undone. Obviously, you've got to take the wheel off to get to that point. And then all you've got, let me just put this light on my head, hang on. I light this situation up a little bit. That's a little bit better. And then all you've got is that hub there, boom, sitting on here with the washer and the nut. Undo the nut, the hub comes off, and you can see the bearings. And I'll show you this hub up here and what we're doing with it. And I'll show you us pointing it back on as well, so you can see it's just the reverse. Okay, I've got my Rambo light on. So this is the hub that goes onto the stub axle here. I've already put this rear bearing in. What you'll find is that when you come to do the hub, you'll find you've got some bearings in races inside the hub. The bearing comes out like this, and then you get a chisel on the rear of this, which is that thing there, which sits on the inside, and you tap it out, and that comes out, and then the new one you tap in. If you watch my other videos on the Land Rover axle wheel bearings and done some on the Jaguar, it's pretty similar, then you use the old one to tap the new one in, which I've still got to do on the other side, I believe, so I can show you. But that's how that works. And you also get a seal in the kit. That seal there, you can see that bearing, the old bearing, has actually started falling apart. Let's see how bad the noise it was. Look, the bearings have fell out of it. So you need some bearing grease for your hub as well, because the new bearings will not come greased. And in the kit somewhere, I'm going to have to go and have a quick look. Oh, here it is, look. You get a new seal and a new nut, but not a new washer. So keep your washer, but you get a new seal and a new nut. And so this seal here has to be tapped into the back of that hub, which I'll do now. So we have the seal here, which goes on there, and then if we use the old race, the old bearing race, we can just tap that seal in without damaging the seal itself. And it does go down onto a little shoulder, so it only goes down so far. So that is in. It's level all the way around, and then that will keep that bearing in, so that one won't fall out. And then if we whip it over, it is easier to do in a voice, but you can do it on the floor. Our voice is matched from when I did the Bentley wheel bearings. So the next thing to do is this race here has got to go in there. So same again, if you use the old one, you can now tap this in. I have cleaned inside. Try and tap it in level, move around it. And if you use this, then you know that you're not going to be affecting the face of the bearing, the race where the bearing sits. Because if you do mark that, it's going to be a noisy rough bearing that's going to wear prematurely, and that's not what you want. And this is the same as the seal. When it hits the bottom, you'll know the noise will change. I think that's all the way down now. Yeah, you can hear it's changed and now it's a solid noise at the bottom. So the next thing to do is grease your bearing. And to grease your bearing, you're better off having a glove, because what you have to do is, I could do with 2 gloves, but I can only find 1. But I'm gonna have to get 1 and with grease on it, but it's just on my fingers. So the best way to do it is to put grease in the center of your hand like that. And you get the bearing. And what you want to do is push grease into this area. So if you do it along your hand like that, you can see it started to push grease up the bearings and into that area. Because if you just try and cover this, you won't get it inside. And you want to get it inside the bearing itself. And we'll get all this grease out, put it back there and start again. And that's pushed it up into the bearing, and you want to get as much grease in there as possible to keep them running smooth as possible for as long as possible. Just give them a spin to get the grease into the bearing. No point wearing a glove if you've only got 1. And you can do the same on this side as well to force it into that hole at the top, like that. Then that goes in there. Get this grease off my donny. There's no seal for that side, and what happens now is this is just pushed on. Sorry about that. This is just pushed onto the stub axle on the wheel, and then we put the washer on and the new nut. And then what I'll do is, to get the right feeling, you can put the wheel on and still adjust the nut while the wheel is on, and then you can check it for free play in the actual wheel itself backwards and forwards, and you can check that it spins freely, which you can't do if you've just got the hub on, because there's not enough leverage on the hub. You need the wheel to be able to sort of shake it. So we'll get that done now. So I'm hoping you can see this anyway. I'm supposed to take this snooze off, also known as a body warmer from the 90s, to not get grease on it, and I forgot. Anywho, here is the hub, there is the stub axle. Get a bit of old grease around there. And this seal sits against that stub axle to stop any crap getting in the rear of it. And all you do is slide it on like that. And then there's a washer, which is here. There. And I didn't take this off, so which way does it go on? I would expect it's sort of like dished, if you can see. And I think the nut is on the outside. This is different to the one on the other side. The one on the other side had a groove in it there, this one hasn't. But a dish on the outside there, that actually goes, like, this sounds stupid, that actually goes on the inside, so that's the way I would put it on, which means this here is putting pressure on the bearing itself. Now I would have expected that to have a groove in it which stops the washer moving, but it hasn't got one, so that's that. And then the next step is the nut. So nut on. Like that. And I'm just going to gently, not gently because it's a gun, but a bit at a time. I'll just wind that down. Really. There's still a little bit of movement there, but we don't want it too tight. I can feel no movement there now, but I'm sure I will when I put the wheel on. So this is where I'll put the drum brake back on, onto there. I'll put the wheel on with this still exposed, and then we give the wheel a bit of a rock. Right, so this can be a bit of a nightmare now, because you've got these two here, which go into these two here. So if we put them two at the top, and then we've got 2 holes for wheel nuts, and then on here we've got 3 holes. So we've got to decide where we am, and I think we're there because we've got a hole either side, and then we've got, oh, or is it there? It's there and there, I think. There and there. So get the drum over it. I don't know if you can see, you might just be able to see my head. And then I've spun it round anyway. And then you can look through and line up the holes until you've got all your wheel holes lined up and 2 holes to put in the little holders there. Which will come around soon. Probably around 15 times now. Is it there? No. Is it there? No. I'll line this up anyway. Then I'll come back to you once that's lined up and I've got the wheel on. Right, so as you can see here, we've now got the holes lined up. So we've got that one there, and where's my one gone? We've got that one in there. So that's what you want to do with them. You want to get them lined up, and then when you put the wheel on, it sits on them. Just try and keep it on, and these hold the drum on, like that. So we'll tighten them on, then we'll get the wheel on. Right, so the wheel is back on. Just put it on with 2 nuts, but I'll put it on quite tight because this has to go on after. It has to go on there, and that's held on with the nuts. And if I put that on now, I've not got access to this nut. So now, despite all the rust falling out from the inside of the wheel, that's quiet. But have we got any noise from the bearing, like moving wise? And yes, we have, which means that it's not yet tight. So we're going to go socket on there, if I can find one. I don't want to use the gun because it'll tighten it too much. So let me find a ratchet and ratchet. Apologies for this. There is no room here because I've got it right up against the bench because the defender's over there. And then we want to tighten that down. We want to tighten to the point where the wheel spins freely, nice and freely like that. Doesn't stop. That's the brake pads that are stopping it. And there's no movement in it. Maybe a piston socket gone. There it is. Just going to give it a little bit more. That is just the brake pad you can hear rubbing on the inside. Tad more. There's still a little bit of movement. That's spinning nice and freely. All I think I can hear there is the suspension moving. I ain't going to go any more than that because it's going to start getting too tight. We've still got free spin on that. So now what we're going to do is we've got to take this off, put a cover on there. They come with this cover. And tap that back over there. First we've got to just knock this retaining nut. We've got to knock the little tabs down there to stop it moving away, because you've got the little, you don't want it to come loose, and you've got the little divot that it sits in there. So we're going to do that as well. So let's get this wheel off first. My plan is to change all these stickers as well, but at the moment I haven't got time. So we're just going to be getting it through the MOT and making it safe. So we will just knock these in. And this just stops the nut coming loose. And these are one of the easiest bearings in the world to do. So if you want to DIY your own bearings, these are the ones to do. First, not something like a Bentley. There we go, and that'll stop that nut from undoing. Now we'll just put the wheel on, and we'll knock that back on now. And then we'll put the wheel back on, and then that's this bearing done as well. I have noticed a little hole down here, which is also going to have to be done. So I don't want to leave the wheel off and do that first. That's probably the thing to do, because that's going to be much easier to do with the wheel off. And all the welding that's got to be done down the sill has got to be done with the wheels on, because it's got to be on the ramps. So I'm thinking I'm going to do this. But I'll put the wheel back. No, I'm going to put the wheel back on. Don't put the wheel back on.